The 3, we are given a question on significant figure. A question on significant figure. If you know you can solve this question, you can pause the video and look at your answer, then come back to see the right answer. Okay, what is significant figure? From the word significant, it means something important. Significant means something important. So we can call them important figures. But there's something we need to know about significant figure. The fact about significant figure. The first fact is that significant figures always start with non-zero digit. Non-zero digit. For instance, let's give an example. Let us have 0.0000123. Now, as you can see, when I refer to non-zero digit, I'm talking of numbers that are not zero. That is your 1, your 2, your 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. These are non-zero digits. Now, if you look at it carefully, we have 0 at the very first aspect of these numbers, and we have 1 ending those numbers. 1, 2, 3 ending those numbers. So it means that my 0 are referred to as not significant, while 1, 2, 3 are referred to as significant. Are you seeing that? So if I want to write this, I would have loved to say that 0.0001 is 1 SF. It means that's the first significant number, and I can go on by saying my 0.00001 and 2 is a 2 SF, which is my second significant figure, while I can go on by saying 0.000123 is a 3 SF. So that means non-zero digits are always considered to be not important. But we have to be very careful. We have 3 kinds of zeros. In numbers, there are 3 kinds of zeros. 3 kinds of zeros. The first kind of zero is called the leading zeros. What are leading zeros? These are zeros that they start with numbers that start with 0. Are you seeing that? So most of the leading zeros are always referred to as not important or unimportant. So that means they are not really important. And the other kind of zero we have is called the trailing zeros. The trailing zeros, these are the kind of zeros that they are found at the end of the numbers. For instance, let us we have 2.40000. So anytime you have a trailing zero, it's always referred to as non-important. And the third kind of zeros we have is called the capturing zero, or they call it captured. The captured zero. What is all about the captured zero? The captured zero, these are zeros that are found in between numbers. For example, let us we have 4.0023. As you can see, the zero here is captured between 2 or more numbers. So because of that, those zeros are important. Okay, so let's solve the question we have. Coming down to the question we are given that the number is 0.00470490, 0.00470490, correct to 3 significant figures. Like I said, if you look at these zeros, the zero here is called the leading zero, the zero here is called the capturing zero. And I told you in my class that the leading zero is not always important, but the capturing zero is important. So that means if I want to count my significant figure, I will start from this side. This is 1 SF, this is 2 SF, while the zero here is important, I'll call it 3 SF. Immediately, you already got your 3 significant figure you need to consider the next digit, which is 4. Is 4 up to 5? Anytime we have 1, 2, 4, we usually round down to 0. But when it is from 5 to 9, we round it up to 1. Now looking at this case, our 4 is not up to 5. Because of that, it turns to 0. And it affects this also, which is also 0. And we cannot going to add any other thing to this. So the answer here should stand as 0.00470 without adding 1 to the 0. As it being our 4 here is written as 5, that means here should have been written as 1 because it's up to 5. So it will be 0.00471. But because the 4 is not up to 5, we're going to have it as 0. Let's consider our option whether we have the right answer. In our option, the right answer stands as option C.